What's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Tone. If this is your first time checking me out, welcome. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to everybody showing love. So much love as of lately. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Today we're going to be checking out Oliver Anthony, you guys. We heard the song already. I actually cut off all the equipment, laid down. Reading through the comments, one of you guys said, hey, he actually has a personal page you might want to check out. So the personal page is entitled Oliver Anthony Music. He also has the radio page. I'll tag both down in the description box. I highly suggest you guys go follow. This dude, he's different. All right. Everything he says and everything he produces, from what I'm getting so far, comes straight from the heart. So it's kind of a lengthy video. So I'll wrap this intro up, you guys. I believe this is shot right before the actual Richmond, North of Richmond song came out. I think a day before, but it gives you a good behind the scenes of who this guy really is and what he actually stands for. So without further ado, y'all, Oliver Anthony, man, let's go ahead and get into it.
Well, hey, it's August the 7th, 2023, and as of this recording, tomorrow on Tuesday, Radio WV is going to upload the debut of Richmond, North of Richmond, and it's going to be the first song to get out there that's been recorded on a real microphone and a real camera, and not just on my cell phone. And Lord willing, it's going to get some traffic, and maybe at least a few of you are going to drift your way over here, and I thought I'd have kind of an introduction video on what it is I'm aiming to do here. So, I've been playing a long time and singing. I really started to write my own music back in 2021. Things were obviously not good for a lot of people, and in some respects I was one of those people, and I had wasted a lot of nights getting high and getting drunk, and I had sort of gotten to a point in my life where even things that I did care about didn't mean anything to me anymore. And I mean, this is certainly no Dr. Phil episode, but I found an outlet in this music, and I started uploading a couple songs, and Ain't Got a Dollar I uploaded spring of last year, and then Rich Man's Gold, Cobwebs and Cocaine, and the list goes on from there. And there's probably been about a dozen or so originals that I've put out just off my cell phone, and I started getting messages from people saying like how much the music was helping them, and with their struggles in their lives, and that they'd been sitting on the back porch listening to me for the last hour. And it just I don't know, it really gave me a purpose. It made me feel like I wasn't just wasting my time. And so anyway, kind of in the last roller coaster of the last year, I have decided that this is going to be what I do. At all costs, no matter what, I'm going to create. I'm going to write, create, and produce as much original, authentic music as I can, in the hopes that it'll at least help somebody out there that needs it. And I know we're living in dark times, and I know that this is really just the beginning of what's to come. And there's a lot of beautiful people in this world, and I meet a lot of awesome people every day. Even back when I did work in the factory, I sing about selling my soul, and I am a ginger, so I don't know if I have a soul to sell or not. But I met a lot of good people even back then, working third shift, 12 hours, 6 days a week, and now I spend a lot of time on job sites, and I meet people from all across the country. And the universal thing I see is that it's like no matter how hard they push and how much effort they put into whatever it is they're doing, they just can't quite get ahead because the dollar's not worth enough. It's being overtaxed. People are just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Mm.
And so yeah, I want to be a voice for those people, and not just them, just humans in general, and some of the struggles and the battles that they go through. And
so for me, it's kind of cool to see like you know, just a normal guy, man. You know, just for once somebody comes through and they're just honest and they're transparent and they're not afraid to, you know, reveal what their thoughts and how they view things on a mass scale. And for him to say, you know, the people inspired him to lock down on music. I mean, how much more inspiring can you get? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much how it should be. You know, I'm sure his life's going to change. I'm sure a lot of people, he's going to meet a lot of new people, a lot of new faces. But this, so far, like, he's just sitting in his truck in the dark, just recording the video, just talking to the people. I mean, just super humble, you know? And people gravitate towards that, man. Like, it's rare for us to see these kind of things more so like nowadays. Everything's fake and fabricated and exaggerated and, you know, flipping tables and it's just like, when did we lose like the mindset of just sitting down and just talking to one another, man, having a conversation? And what he spoke on here is absolutely right. We're on our phones all the time, and we lost kind of like the importance of actually going across the street, speaking to your neighbor, knowing who your neighbors are, and building that community of trust, you know, amongst your peers, man. So far, I mean, what he's saying right here is absolutely matching the music, 100%.
In general, and some of the struggles and the battles that they go through. And there'll be a lot of positive songs on here too, and there already are some, you know, 90 Some Chevy and Between You and Me, and I mean, even Ain't Got a Dollar. Those are going to be fun songs, and there'll be plenty more like that. But I appreciate you taking the time to listen, and hopefully you like what you hear. My email is oliveranthonymusic@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. I'll speak a few minutes on Richmond, north of Richmond, and then we'll hang this thing up. I don't want to chatter too long to you, but Richmond, north of Richmond, it touches on my time in Western North Carolina, working in the factory.
North Carolina, let's go.
It talks about some people that live north of Richmond, Virginia, who I'm sure you're very well aware of, who make life a little more difficult than it should be. It touches base on human trafficking and the atrocities that, I'll say this. I sit pretty dead center down the aisle on politics, and always have. I remember as a kid the conservatives wanting war and me not understanding that, and I remember a lot of the controversies when the left took office, and it seems like, both sides serve the same master, and that master is not someone of any good, right, to the people of this country.
Right. And it's kind of like we've been hoodwinked for how many years, man, and divided amongst left and right. And what has that gotten us? What have we achieved through that, right? What can the American people sit back and look at the last 10 years and say, what are we proud of? What have we accomplished that we're proud of? You know what I mean? And like he was saying, man, we have to get back to calling it like it is. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, you gotta be able to call it down the middle, as to a certain extent. You know what I mean? So he's absolutely right, bro. Let's come on.
Of any good to the people of this country. But I think one of the worst things that a human being can do is take advantage of a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't begin to conceptualize what has to happen to someone in order for them to think that's okay. And I think I drew the line on being quiet when I started to see that becoming normalized. And I'll leave that at that.
Mm-hmm.
In the last part of the song, it touches on suicide rates and really on mental health and depression, and there's no reason why young men or women in this country should be committing suicide. There's obviously a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people talk about epidemics in this country and the homelessness and the drug use and the lack of skilled labor and the suicide rates. Those things aren't problems. Those are symptoms of a bigger universal problem. And a lot of people know that. It's just common sense, but we don't talk about it enough.
Right. And I think a lot of that has to do with, especially with young men, you know, there's not a purpose anymore. It's not a purpose. Like back in the day, it was you had to go to work 40, 50 hours a week, take care of your family, take care of your kids. That whole idea has been lost. You know what I mean? It's like the idea of the family is not a priority amongst these kids anymore, or even in my generation. It's not a priority anymore. People have lost, you know, the focus on what this is all about, you know. And now you got these kids running around, nothing to do. You know what I mean? They don't want to work, and not work hard at least. You know what I mean? They have no idea what it's like to bust out a 40, 50-hour week. Hard, overtime, extra overtime. You know what I'm saying? 4 o'clock in the morning until whatever time at night. You know what I mean? They have no idea. They're growing up in this social environment. Everything's about just social media. You know what I mean? And trying to find the easiest way to make a quick buck without putting in the work. But not knowing, for men, it's vital that we push ourselves, you know what I mean, physically and mentally, to see what you're made out of, just to see if you got the grit, that you got what it takes to be a leader. You know what I mean? And that's what we lost, man. And that's what we got to get back. Let's get back into it.
A lot of people know that. It's just common sense, but we don't talk about it enough.
We sure don't.
And maybe that is the problem. Maybe that is the problem today, is we just don't talk enough common sense anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've kind of went a little off the deep end.
And it's not only that. When you do go to talk common sense, you get scrutinized for it. We've discussed this on this channel several times. You know what I mean? You get shadow banned for it. You know what I mean? When you start speaking the truth, these private, you know, apps, they don't want you spreading the truth. They want to keep control of that narrative, to keep control of those people, to keep control of that money. And that's what it comes down to. They don't really, like, none of these apps truly care about the individual, dog. All right. But he's speaking on some straight hard facts that a lot of people don't want to listen to. Come on.
Common sense anymore. You know, we've kind of went a little off the deep end. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope wherever you are in the world listening to this, and whatever it is that you're trying to do with your life, I hope that you succeed at it. And I hope, if you take anything away from me and the music I write, it's that this life is a beautiful opportunity, and I don't care where you are or what you've done, where you think your life's heading. Everything can change in a moment. As long as you're above the dirt, you've got a fighting chance.
Mm.
And I'll say this and I'll go. I spent a long time being an angry little agnostic punk. And I remember talking about Sky Daddy and Cloud Papa, and I would get so angry about the concept of God. because I had sort of perverted what my vision of God was, because I looked at the religion of man as God and not God himself. But there is a divine creator that loves you. And sometimes it takes falling down on your knees and getting ready to call things quits before it becomes obvious that he's there. But he's always there. You just got to look out for him and listen for him. So I'll see you on the next one. And I love you guys and gals, and I'm really appreciative of you listening to my music and giving me a voice. So, Lord willing, this is just the beginning. Hope you guys have a good night. Bye.
I mean, damn, bro. I'm not going. It's just like he sees it, man. He has the vision. You know what I mean? You don't have to, be some Harvard grad or some Yale grad, MIT, to be aware of what's going on out here, man. He has a clear vision. From this, I see he has like a pure heart, man. He's got like a real honest character about him. He's not trying to emulate and be somebody else. He's not trying to fake people into believing that he is more than what he is. He knows what he's. It's like he knows who he is. He knows what he's capable of. All right. So I'm gonna continue to press forward and continue reacting to his music. And like I said before, you guys, make sure you follow his personal page. I'll tag it down below in the description. On this video, I don't suggest nobody to subscribe to my page. I want everybody to go to his page and support this dude, because what he got going on is more, I would say, global, more impactful. And I think he's going to make a huge dent in what's going on right now in our society. His voice right now needs to be carried. His voice needs to be raised for sure. Definitely, man. You know what I mean? There's no politics involved with how he speaks. I don't get nothing. I don't get nothing negative about how he speaks, y'all. So I wrap this video with saying that I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, go check this guy's page out. Stay locked in, and let's keep pushing forward for the things that we believe in. Let's keep pushing forward for the society we know we need to get back to, and do what we gotta do. Until next time, y'all be safe out there. Peace.